Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome once again to ECLECTICA, the different news. So, today I have someone very, very special with me, a beautiful, gorgeous scientist, an innovator, an entrepreneur. Well, there are so many adjectives that can be added, which really, it is not sufficient for me to keep on speaking. But before I call her, let me tell who is our guest today. Today, I have Dr. Debora Heller from Brazil. So, Dr. Debora is an associate professor at the Universidade Cruzeiro do Sul, Brazil. She is also a researcher at the Hospital of Israelita Alberta Einstein, Brazil, and she is also an adjunct professor at UT Health San Antonio, USA. And before I call her in, this is not an affiliation which I'm going to say, but I am very, very happy and proud to say that Dr. Debora, we are lucky that this time I got Dr. Debora at SALSI 2020, that is the third International Saliva Summit of India, and she's one of our eminent speakers. So, not wasting any more time, let me see if Dr. Debora is here, and I'll just pull her inside our conversation. Hi, Dr. Debora, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Gargi. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, and so nice of you that you accepted my invitation, and today you are here inside Eclectica. I'm really thankful for that.
Of course, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me to be here. I'm very happy to be here today.
Thank you, Dr. Debora. And first of all, how are you? I mean, definitely that would be, it's kind of a conversation or interview that I'm going to do with you. So that's the first question. So how are you?
So I'm doing well, thanks God.
Yeah.
I think it's not easy times, right, for any of us around the
Yes.
world. We still have many cases of COVID, especially where I live. Brazil is in India as well, right? We're right, fortunately together, and so many cases in the city I live in São Paulo. But I'm doing well, thanks God, and trying to help. I think we'll be talking about this a little bit more on how us scientists and us that deal with saliva, how we're trying to help and fight this pandemic. So we're bringing this expertise to help to diagnose and monitor patients to help the way we know.
Right. So, yeah, and actually, to all my viewers, as I mentioned that Dr. Debora is an entrepreneur as well, I didn't miss it, but I didn't tell before that she's also a co-founder of a company called as Ventnostics, which is based in USA. And this company, with Dr. Debora's and her team all together, they have come up with a COVID-19 detection technology which is saliva based, and that is fantastic. I think it's the need of the hour, and it's, you have done a wonderful job. So, Dr. Debora, my first question to you is that in this pandemic, I know it has been, I'm definitely sure that it has been very challenging for you, first of all, to make such a decision. And how did you keep your work life balance in this pandemic, that too going inside a kind of venture like this where you come up to develop something, yeah, I'd like to
Of
know that.
course. Yes, thank you for your question. So it wasn't easy for any of us. So right in the beginning, when we had the first cases identified in Brazil back in March 2020, I gathered all my students online. We started meeting online instead of being in the actual physical classroom. And all my PhDs, master students that I'm lucky to mentor, I gathered them and I told them, look, how can we help out? We need to help out. So we need to do something to help to fight this pandemic. And then that's how we started working with saliva diagnostics of COVID-19. So you asked me about the balancing life work balance. So not easy. We, like everyone, we have been using the internet a lot.
Yes.
We have been using Zoom, Google Meets, all the meeting apps.
Mhm.
Still have to go to the hospital because we deal with COVID-19 patients. So to collect samples, to monitor the patients. So we still have to do so. And also to go to the laboratory. And we have in place all these, even like newer biosafety rules in order
Right.
for us to be all safe and working. So hasn't been, and it wasn't an easy year,
I know.
2020. I'm very hopeful 2021 will be better, right? We
Yes.
have good news. We have vaccines now. So I'm very hopeful it's going to be, God willing, a good year.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree totally with you. Dr. Debora, like I'm pretty sure that, as you also mentioned, that you had, I mean, it's a challenging task which you took up at this point of time. Particularly, it would have been maybe easier when if this pandemic wouldn't have been there to develop a saliva-based study or any detection or diagnostics with saliva. So tell us your experience. I think that would be very inspiring to hear that how you faced your challenges while going through this journey of developing this particular detection system or device for COVID-19 test.
Of course, my pleasure to speak about that. And I'll tell you, I think the main word to describe is collaboration. So, us
Yes.
researchers around the globe, we need to collaborate and work together. And Ventnostics is the result of a collaboration. So, I'm here in Brazil, in São Paulo, and my other co founder, one of them is in the Dominican Republic,
All
and the
right.
other one is in the US, in Seattle. So we actually met in a COVID-19 Latin America hackathon that was sponsored by MIT.
Mhm.
And then we met there, and that's how we decided we need to work together. And again, the word is collaborate. So
Fantastic.
so we each came with our own expertise. I have been working with saliva myself. I was trained as a saliva researcher at Boston University by my mentor, one of the pioneers in saliva diagnostics, Dr. Frank Oppenheim. So since I returned to Brazil, I have been working with saliva research, and then I partner with my collaborator and co-founder Randy Spinell. He's a professor in the Dominican Republic. He is a chemist. He is an engineer as well. And our other co-founder, David Liu, he's also a bioengineering. So we gathered the expertise to bring these diagnostics tests, now specifically for COVID-19, but the idea is that we can use for any other infectious diseases. And the idea is to make diagnosis accessible for everyone, anywhere. So this is the idea of Ventnostics.
Fantastic. I think that's the thing which you just spoke my mind when you say this, that collaboration. Yes, collaboration is the key, and without like, even I always believe in this principle. I call it as a principle because collaboration should be a principle when we are talking about science, or even we are like we are in the field, typical scientist, or we are clinical researcher, or we are healthcare professional, whatever be it. So collaboration is the key, and I'm so happy to know that it is just like you met somewhere and you just decided, and bang on, you are now on it, and you have come up with the fruit is there, and it's kind of ripening day by day. That's amazing. That's amazing. So Dr. Deborah, I would like to understand that uh, what was your inspiration behind bringing it up, like through a venture like Ventnostics? It might be, I mean, my question is in that way, like it could have been just a kind of research, and then you publish a paper, so that would have been a easier thing rather than going into typical collaborative ways and actually coming into the market, because this translation of research is very, very important. So I would like to understand that what was that one kick that you got in your scientist heart, which told you that no, you have to come to the market as well to help people out. Please, can you just tell us?
Absolutely. So what inspires me every day, and 24 hours a day is was what I think about, is how to help, right, people. I'm from
Yes.
Brazil, so it's a very large country. So my biggest inspiration is to make diagnostics accessible. So, and
Yes.
saliva is the best way of doing it because it's the simplest way to collect a body fluid. And we knew it before COVID-19 that we can detect respiratory diseases in saliva. We can actually detect and monitor many states of health and disease in saliva. So we had this knowledge before the pandemic, and we know that with saliva we can bring an easy, accessible, safe diagnostics tool to the general population. So coming from Brazil, I think of my country as one of the largest countries in the world. So,
Hmm.
and I think like many places where maybe we don't have a health center, so the patients, they
Yes.
don't have access to testing. So, and this is a big problem around the globe. So if you live in the city that you have many health centers, you can go to the health center and get tested. If you don't, how are you going to have access to diagnostics? And now we're talking about COVID-19, but we can talk about many other diseases that having the diagnostics of this disease is what saves the patient's life, is what gives them the
Definitely.
opportunity to get treatment for it. So this is the most important thing, to make diagnostics available and accessible for everyone. And I truly believe that the salivary fluid, saliva, is the way to go.
Fantastic. Yes, and that's, I agree everything what you say. And similarly, like a country like ours as well in India, where the population is so large, as well as there is, the, if we consider the maximum population, it goes, below the poverty line. So which is unfortunate, but then again, we can't deny the fact. The thing is that, as you mentioned, accessibility, so that even a daily wager can get access to proper healthcare. And I think for that instance, diagnostics is the key. Without diagnosing, we just can't move forward as well. So I think it is amazing. So Dr. Deborah, just in line with this question, how, what is the state of your test right now? So is it like I mean to say, in commercialization aspects, like is it available only in Brazil, or like it would be available globally as well?
So we sure hope to make it available globally. I
Yeah.
think the one thing that we lived during this pandemic is that we saw even more this accessibility and global collaboration worldwide,
Yes.
right? And this
Yes.
this was very good for us researchers to see that. So we want to make it available globally. We are a very early stage startup, so we're still developing. We developed our first prototype, so we're still in the process of like creating the test and making it really very. It has to be a sensitive test, right, and specific in the case for COVID. So we're in the process of testing now
Yeah.
our prototype. So we hope, let's be hopeful that in this year we can have it available for commercialization. But we have to keep in mind we're still a very early stage startup, but we're
Yeah.
very excited scientists working together on this venture.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm pretty sure that you will. Is just the moment that you are waiting to break the ice. That is it. And in this entire challenging period, when you have come up with such a thing, this has to go high, and I'm definitely sure about it. So, Dr. Deborah, coming to the very fantastic thing that is about the third International Saliva Summit of India, and I got a chance with that to actually grab you up and bring inside Eclectica, because I think we were talking for the past few months, and it was just not happening, because I know you are so busy in all these things. So we all are very excited to hear from you. Like we are waiting to hear from you at SALSI 2021. So I would like to know how are you feeling about SALSI 2021?
Oh, I'm very excited. I have to tell you, Dr. Gargi, I share your excitement. I feel very lucky and honored you asked me to be part of SALSI
Thank you. Thank
2021.
you.
I had heard many good things about the previous symposiums from our dear friend Paul, right, and
Oh,
many people that participated. So I feel very lucky to be able to be at SALSI 2021, and this is something that one thing that we got good out of all of this that we're living is this connection through the internet. So this year is
yes.
online, so everyone that's watching us can actually join us at SALSI, and I'll be speaking more about saliva diagnostics of COVID-19, specifically of both diagnostics and monitoring of COVID-19 patients. So I'm very excited. I have to tell you, I'm very happy and honored to be part of it.
So nice of you. It's my privilege that I could get your time and you are inside SALSI 2021. So, Dr. Debora, coming to the concluding part of our conversation, because I know I will not keep you, engaged for a long time. You have so many things to do out there. So, what would be your one message to all our viewers as a researcher as well as an entrepreneur?
So first, I have to tell everyone, stay safe, right? Keep safe. I hope you're all of you and your families are safe. And my message as a researcher and a scientist, and specifically as a dental scientist, is I'll pass a message that I actually hear a lot from my director at the hospital I work, which is trust science and always defend science. So it is our role as scientists to bring the scientific knowledge to both the scientific community and the general community. So let's help and educate and promote science and always trust science and defend science, especially in days like this that we're living. So this would be my message.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And it was wonderful talking to you. And it was my privilege that today you are here. And I think all our viewers who has watched us now, right now with us, or who will be watching this later on as it will be in my YouTube channel. So I think everybody got a very good shot of huge motivation and inspiration from you. And we are looking forward to have you listen from you again. Just, I think it's just matter of 15 days that we meet again. That's the best part, I think. Yeah.
Exactly. We'll meet soon. Thank you so much, Dr. Gargi. A pleasure to be here with you today on your channel. And I look very much forward to being together on SALSI 2021.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Debora. So thank you for your time. Thank you for coming in. So I think you all got inspired and see that how science develops through collaboration. Dr. Debora and Ventnostics and their venture and the saliva COVID-19 test is a living example. So nothing is impossible when it comes to science. And as Dr. Debora said, and just to tune in with her, collaboration is the key. And I think that is also what is something we do inside our academy, that is create, collaborate, and contribute to science in Indian Academy for Clinical and Dental Genetics. So with this, I end today's episode, and I wish everybody of you stay safe and be good and stay healthy. And if you are not inside SALSI till now, please do come in, because you can understand, like you have just seen Dr. Debora, and we have many eminent personalities just like Dr. Debora, and very, very inspiring people out there. So don't lose this chance. So I wish you all the safety and kindness of God may shower on all of you. So good night and take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.